We're all Americans. We love a comeback story. We love when somebody is near the top, gets knocked down, they get back up, and they win. Sha'Carri Richardson, let's talk about it.
I love Brotha T.
How you doing? This is Terry Wilson, aka yo boy Brotha T, here with another one. So I like to thank you and welcome to the new life tree, where we like to give you little pine cones of wisdom for your motivation and mental health. If you don't know what that is, stick around, stay on the channel, you'll get it. Remember, I don't know everything, but I might know a lot of things. Let's talk about Sha'Carri Richardson. What happened to Sha'Carri Richardson? Do you remember, was it a year ago now? It was a little while ago where Sha'Carri was beating people. She was near the top of everything, right? She was winning here and there. She was boastful. She was out there. And she wasn't afraid to tell people where to go with it, right? So there was a certain thing building up with her. Good, you can say it's good or bad, where people sometimes when you get in that position, they wait for you to fall.
She talked about how she persevered, and none of that has changed. But you see the tweet, "I am human." Any one of us could have tweeted it, but she's the only one that's supposed to be headed to the Olympics in her race, who is suspended right now for marijuana use. That, according to American Track and Field, reportedly. When
she failed the so-called drug test, which I think, I'm not going to get into those politics today, but I think it was a little bit unfair what happened to her before. But when it happened, everybody seemed to turn on her. Everybody was telling her this and that. They were telling her that she wasn't smart for doing this, and she should have did that, and why didn't she do that, and why doesn't she do that, and why don't she change her hair, why doesn't she do this, why doesn't she do that? And people were just loading on her. Then when she, I think she had a brief little hiatus, came back, and she wasn't like winning every race, and people were down on her then. So how did she respond? We're going to show you how she responded. Let's look at some tape.
Women's 100 world final. The Jamaicans get out well. It's Sha'Carri Jackson, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Price, Talu. Here comes Sha'Carri Richardson. Sha'Carri's done it.
Now, let's back up, because there was a blatant disrespect even with the announcers. We know that Sha'Carri Richardson at some point was on the rise. She was getting near the top of that track and field game.
On the far left of your screen is Sha'Carri Richardson in her first world final. She has to get a better start than what she got in the semi.
She's got to have a much better start, because at least then she gives herself a chance. This is a world championship final. You're not going to run down people if you give them too much of a lead.
The two Jamaicans in the middle, Sha'Carri Jackson, and then Shelly-Ann Fraser-Price and Julian Alfred on their outside. Blue top, black bottoms.
Blatant and utter disrespect. So how did she respond? They started out the gate, running how they run, right? They ran. The sister from Jamaica, who's accustomed to winning, she thought she had it in the bag, y'all. And what is my motto? Even in your everyday life, even if you're not a track and field star, never let up. Never slow down. Keep your foot on that pedal. Why? Because somebody is always on your heels, ready to take the mantle from you, ready to take your spot, ready to surpass you. And what happened? Sha'Carri surpassed her. Shout out to Sha'Carri Richardson. That is what I'm talking about. That is how you redeem yourself. You get back to work. Look like she spent less time on what color she put in her hair. She just put the little braid in there, which is a better look in my opinion, and looked like she added some muscle, and she got in there, she did the work, and she got out ahead, and she won. She went in there and got what she got, even over the almost you know, invincible Jamaicans because they've been smoking people for years, right? It's always Jamaica, and sometimes the United States will sneak in and do some stuff. So shout out to Sha'Carri. That's how you redeem yourself. And for those that are watching, I want you to know that no matter what happens to you in life, if you take some L's, it's okay. What you're supposed to do, you're supposed to regroup. You're supposed to take whatever happened in that loss, take it as your lesson. If you don't take the lessons from that loss, then guess what? We're going to call you a loser. But if you take your lessons from that loss, you improve, you make yourself better, you come back even greater the next time. That wasn't a loss. That was a lesson. Take the lesson, make yourself better, come back for the win, because everybody likes a comeback story, especially in the good old United States. Thank you for representing Sha'Carri. I hope you see this one day. I have a smaller channel, but people have their way of getting stuff to people that needs it, right? I said that weird, but that's okay. Shout out to you, and I hope you win more. This is your man, Terrion Wilson. I'm going to catch you on the next one. Peace.